everyone to IEM. I was going to make a joke about the blindfolds, but Maniac advised me against it, so I'm not going to do it. Although...
Or a hunting joke. You have a choice.
I kind of do, yeah. So, Hampus, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was kind of a fun video to watch, and I'm assuming that for you on the server, it was also quite fun.
Yeah, it was nice.
You were actually telling us about why this was such a grudge match, and it's maybe not what people think it is.
Yeah, it's like we practiced Heroic some weeks ago, or maybe it was before the major, I don't know. Yeah, it was before the major. And Cajun got a bit mad at me, and he kicked me from the server. And then I had to rejoin on the first gun round, T-side nuke, $3,400. We were up 3-0. So, you know, it was... he couldn't kick me now, you know. So yeah, it felt very good to win. I wanted to play against them since that happened, and now we finally got a chance to slay them.
Yeah,
unacceptable.
Indeed. Unacceptable. But all jokes aside, though, very, very important win when it comes to kind of the whole tournament. And there were so many talks and chats also between us on the desk about your T-side specifically. And I want to say they were much, much better. But what did they feel like, and where do you feel you really improved on them?
To be honest, I think both of these T-sides were a lot of the prep. Like, firstly, we were going to pick Ancient, so we prepped that, of course, and then we removed Nuke, which they were going to pick, and they were like, oh, what are we going to do now? And then they picked our pick for us. Yeah. So we got Inferno as the second map. But yeah, we did a lot of prep. Threat and DGL were, like, they really gave us some really golden nuggets that I don't think Heroic really knows what they're doing. For example, as you saw in Ancient, I just sneaked through the smoke in mid, and yeah, we lost one of those rounds, but I was behind B at like 130, you know. Like Heroic, they play so risky, like they play like 4A, 1B, things like this. So they have so many gaps, and we just found the gaps and exploited them.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you, we talk about the signature, the DNA, how Heroic is playing. Watching this game with Yabi, it felt like they were doing even more Heroic style. Yeah. Is that something that you felt as well during the game that you realized?
For sure, for sure. Like, they're always doing this. Like, if they're 4v5, they always go 3 to one side, one guy on the other side, and they push or they not push. Like, they only gamble. They're taking so much risk. And I like the way they play. We play a bit similar, but not as hardcore as them. But I think it's very good to do these things.
Yeah, we got a lot of information around the major because DJL gave a long interview to AHLTV about the T-sides, and he said that you guys were going to focus a lot on kind of slowing it down. Obviously, you missed some important matches with the team as well. So how hard was it for you to kind of take all that information that you got after the major and the things you had to learn, and then all of a sudden you were on the sidelines, and now you have to implement it?
It wasn't really that hard, to be honest. Like, I'm a fast learner, and I spoke with DJL even when I was not playing. Like, he kept me in the loop, so to say. So yeah, I watched them play. I watched them win Dubai without me.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that good, you know.
It doesn't, no?
But yeah, I guess, you know, it's okay. It's good for them, you know.
As a follow-up, he did say that you were going to try, or he was going to try with the team to just get things down to the basics, a little bit simpler, that you don't have to improvise that much. But still, here in this series, sometimes we did see that. I feel like there were sometimes that one of you, or you in particular, did push somewhere where maybe it wasn't in the plan. So how is it finding that balance between, all right, we need to keep our plans, but also you do want to be a little creative, I guess?
Yeah, I think that's mainly just up to me. Yeah. Like, what I feel in the moment. Like, if I feel I want to do some of these things, I just do it, you know. And yeah, against Heroic, I was very confident because I really wanted to win. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do these things, and I'm gonna win against them, you know. I'm gonna beat them. So yeah, it's sometimes DGL he tapped my shoulder like, chill down, you know, but doesn't happen too often.
Doesn't happen.
Do you feel like because you had this personal investment into the game that it helped you figure it out? How can you? I'm going to rephrase that. How can you apply that? What you just use against Heroic against everybody? How do you do that to have that special feeling to it?
I don't know. Like, it really felt personal, you know, because me and like we have like even since the COVID era, online era, like we have always had these grudge matches against Heroic. Like we lost a game, and then you know, Cadian out me on Twitter or something like this, you know. So like things like this has always happened. So we've always been, you know, like we're not we of course we like each other, but you know, we're not the best of friends. If we say like this, but we respect each other, or at least I respect him. I don't know what he feels about me.
There can be banter, but
yeah, exactly. So yeah, playing against them, it feels very good. We won now. Last time we played them, we won as well, you know. So
hey, listen,
they should practice.
Yeah, they should practice. That should be it. They should practice.
They should not kick you during practice.
No.
Okay.
No.
Not anymore.
Not
anymore.
That's
you know,
never going to
they're
happen
cheating
again.
in practice, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe that's why they're, you know, you know, they didn't get the best practice because they kicked me, and I didn't have an AK, I had a Galil, you know, things like this. The small difference, you know, the small details.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Maniac, I think you want to talk about that.
I wanted to ask you about Esetag just quickly. He was in our High graphic we just had here, and he answered a few questions from Freya. He had a really great series, and I wanted to ask you about his journey from being a pocket AWP that can play a few positions, which he could do from the beginning, to now turning into maybe more versatile on different maps.
Yeah.
How was it, his journey for him?
Firstly, it was just when Device went out, it was just, yeah, Patrick, you're gonna up. Like,
How did you take it?
yeah, he was okay with it. Like, he's a very good guy. Like, he will do whatever is needed for the team. And then in the beginning, of course, it was a bit rough. But as you saw at the major, you know, it's he really showed everyone what he's capable of. And yeah, we've just been keep like hyping him, telling him, like, giving him confidence. And he's been watching a lot of demos from different oppers, and also DJL and Threat have helped him a bit in like to getting him like how to play the op with our team.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, he's working the hardest in our team. And yeah, I think it shows.
Yeah, that's all we hear from everybody. He's
Yeah.
just such a hard worker. Another interesting thing I picked up from that interview with DJL was that he said that Brolan actually talks so much,
Yeah.
especially on the CT side,
Yeah.
that he talks for two people.
Yep.
I'm wondering, sometimes is that a little bit too much, and is that something you have to work on?
No, I don't think so. For like Ancient B, for example,
Yeah.
the Plopsky and the Brolan is playing it, and then Brolan is just like the IGL of B, or how you say
I
it.
see.
And the same on Inferno B. So like he's just like Brolan has the best communication of any player I've ever played with, and it's so weird if you say it like, because like outside of the game he's a really shy guy, you know.
Yeah.
And then when you start playing, like during these two maps, he probably say, you know, as many words as he does the whole day almost, you know.
That's so
So yeah,
interesting.
We
he's
talk about it.
passionate.
We talk about it often how it's important to have a player like that in your team that's
Yeah.
going to come up with ideas and intuitions. But how do you make sure that you two, and you being the IGL, find the rhythm to work, that he's not overstepping, that he's here for you? Is that something you discuss together? How do you put that?
It's mainly like if it's like some rounds this game, like he said he wanted to do some things on BT side Inferno, and I was like, no, just do it like this instead. And if I say something, it's like that, you know. He won't say against me, he trusts me. And I trust him, of course. But if I think I have the better read or whatever, I will just say it, and he will listen to me and trust me.
Okay, you're being rated very highly as an IGL overall. I think even though NiP, we talked about this in the pre-show, are being underrated when it comes to a team that can make the run all the way to the championship. How do you feel about the fact that people talk about NiP in that way? And do you think you can break through that ceiling?
Yeah, I think we can break through for sure. I mean, like we had some what's the word, like chaotic times. Like we had we've switched players like a lot, things like this. So, and we always made the playoffs kinda. So now when we had this stable lineup for a while, like I think as we saw at the major, I think we made the quarterfinals, but we only lost to Navi and FaZe, who were played in the final, and we lost 2-1 to both of them. So I mean, maybe we should have, you know, just unlucky bracket a little bit, you know.
Okay.
So I think right now we're like we beat Heroic. They're a really, really good team as well. So I think we're showing off what we're capable of, and we will just keep going.
Yeah, final question maybe, because you said that about the major. DJL also said that he felt like you guys crumbled a little bit when it came to the stage in those crucial rounds. How much has that been an active working point for you?
We haven't really talked about that so much, but I totally agree. Like we were up 8-3 on Inferno, and then we just forgot how to play.
Yeah.
We really like it was just like let's just go home. It felt like almost, you know, like we were so bad after we were up 8-3 on Inferno third map against FaZe. But yeah, we of course we've had our conversations about it, discussions, but yeah, I don't want to say too much.
Okay.
No, but for you, obviously, some things you have to keep to yourself. It's understandable. But for you as a captain, right, when you see your team in such a good position and then falling off, how do you cope with that? You know, how do you deal with that kind of losses? How do you question yourself? It's a very specific position to be in.
Yeah, it's very annoying, especially for me, because like I'm the captain, I'm supposed to, you know, to bring everyone up. And that's also one of the things DJL has been working with me, like that I need to be a better like captain, like outside of the game, like not in-game leader, you know, just a captain of the team. And I'm working on it, and I'm hoping for the next stage it gets better.
Okay, we kept you here for a long time, so we're going to let you go as we take a look at the bracket.
I enjoy it.
Okay, it was fun. Actually, you should do this more. Very insightful. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations once again. And we're going to get Maui in here as well.